Burn is the best. Burn is the best. Burn is the best.
I'm such a jokester. It's incredible how funny I am.
Who wants to give you a modern deck? We do. We've been having so much fun playing the decks you commented below that we decided we're gonna play one and send it out to you guys. If you guys use the shopping wizard that we use and find a deck that's €50 or under and send it to our email address, we're gonna play it against each other.
Actually, let's raise that budget a little bit, Carl. We can do 100. Come on.
We can do 100.
We can do 100 euros. So yeah, you send us a deck list attached with proof that it is below €100 on Cardmarket. Just put stuff in your shopping cart and show us.
It's just a snapshot of the shopping cart there.
Exactly. We can recommend the shopping wizard for that. You send us your deck list to mtg-contest@cardmarket.com. You do that before Sunday, November 21st at midnight. So German time, by the way. So do that until then. We'll pick one deck list. I'll play that deck against you. You get to choose any modern deck you like.
It's gonna hurt.
And if I win, we'll just send you the deck. We'll sleeve it up, put it into a deck box, and send it your way.
So hopefully you want me to lose, but I'm hoping you send a spicy one. We're very excited. In the meantime, we pick spicy decks from the comments. We're gonna throw them against each other. Before we get into that, don't forget, please, we really need you guys to sub. We really rely on the subs to grow the channel.
We know that, Carl. For now, it's time to get into the games.
So I went perusing the comments from the previous videos for decks to play, and someone asked us to play Emrakul, the flying spaghetti monster. Now, who am I to want to disappoint a commenter? So this time we're playing Indomitable Creativity. I know it's 4 colors, you only have 2 creatures in the deck. The deck's a little bit ridiculous, you're making crab tokens, but it's worth it. We're using a card that targets one of our artifacts or creatures. Usually it's meant to destroy your other opponent's creatures, and then whatever comes out of it, it can be wild, but in this case, we're being creative with it. We're targeting our own crab tokens from, we don't play this card very often, Hard Evidence. We're playing Dwarven Mind to put dwarves into play. We're playing Prismari Command to be able to put treasure tokens into play. The whole point is on turn 4, we target 1 or 2 of them, hopefully, and then reveal cards from the top of our library until we either put an Emrakul into play or a Sarah's Emissary, or both. Now, most decks can't deal with these, so we just hope that's our last hurrah.
This week, I'm getting my hands dirty. Usually, I'm all about fighting the honest fight, but tonight, I'm gonna be burning Carl. So usually right now I would be explaining how burn works as a deck, you know, kind of explain the inner workings, but everyone knows how burn works. So I'm gonna use this time instead to remind you to send in your budget deck list to mtg-contest@cardmarket.com.
Jamin, do you have a companion to declare?
Let me check. I do! It's Illuris.
It's again!
Again.
I have no one.
Oh, you don't have a companion by your
Hopefully
side.
if I do well enough.
I'll grab 2 more companions.
All right,
and I'll roll them.
Wealth of friends over here. Ooh, not as well as usual.
Yeah.
5. On my way to making some new friends. So, I wish you a good hand.
And to you.
Yeah, and I can't keep this.
You can't.
I cannot. No, this is not a good hand.
I think I can.
Yeah, there's a bunch of really good cards in this hand. Jace is really good. Teferi is really good. Prismatic Hand really defends us, but all the Dwarven Mines are going to come into play tapped until the end. We don't have the combo piece. This hand can be really clunky. If Jamin's playing something aggressive, we're in trouble. We can't keep it.
So, starting hand, kind of a standard hand for burn. It has 3 lands. I would prefer to have 2 lands and 5 spells, but that's what we're stuck with. I'm not going to take a mulligan, so let's get going.
Okay, attempt number 2. This has lands and spells, as Richard Garfield intended. I'm gonna bottom this. Okay, this hand is not amazing if Jamin's playing aggressive, but it does have the counterspell in case he's playing maybe control or some kind of go big strategy. And then on turn 4, this does seem like it has the creativity combo going, so we'll keep it. We'll remove the Teferi because on turn 4, when we usually be playing the Teferi, we're gonna be forcing our combo here. Hopefully we'll see how it goes. And, oh, I'm going first. I like this.
You are.
I like this, this feels very good. I will play a Wooded Foothills and pass the turn.
That's a good land to play. I, however, will play a Wooded Foothills.
Same, mine is older and Germaner.
It is. Mine is also in the graveyard right now.
Are you fetching immediately? You're taking 1 or 3?
1. Down to 19.
19.
And I will pay red to cast a Goblin Guide. How'd you like that?
That's the hastiest of the goblins.
It is the hastiest, although I guess Raging Goblin is maybe a bit more hasty.
Before the trigger, I'll fetch.
All right.
As I will need to fetch anyways, might as well do this now. I will go get a Triome. What am I up to?
A green-red land, fetching a Jeskai Triumph.
What am I up to, I repeat? I will reveal the top card of my library.
Sure.
It's a land!
Oh,
drawing them cards, thank you. But then I will take 2.
You will.
That's lucky.
Already had your
17.
mulligan undone. Go ahead.
I will draw for turn.
Carl's mana base is looking janky.
Okay, this is going to be weird. We're entering the Twilight Zone. I'm going to cast a Hard Evidence, and I will go get a clue token. You've heard of clue tokens before.
I've heard of
I will also get a 0/3 crab token, the one and only. We don't make them at Cardmarket because it's such a weird one, but we should.
Crabs and a clue?
But if you like the clue token, you can go in the description below. There's a link to our...
You're such a good sellout, Carl.
I'm such a good rude. Well, my crab token and I don't really agree, but I'm going to play this Arid Mesa. And Old Border once again. Karma Crow, very kind to us.
Karma Crow providing us with the best versions of the cards.
And I will pass the turn to you.
I'll untap, I'll upkeep, and I will draw. I guess... Okay, you're up to something really weird. I'll pay 2 life for the Sacred Foundry.
17.
And I'll just cast an Eidolon of the Great Revel. And then I'll pass the turn.
You're on burn.
How'd you tell?
All right, I'm going to fetch the first of many damages I assume I'll be taking. I'm going to get another Triumph.
So you're on like
Mono Triumph.
Zoo Crab.
The Crab Zoo. I mean, that wouldn't be bad. That would get intimidation points. A Ketria Triumph. And I will untap.
Sure.
Draw for turn. So Jamin deals damage in 3s and 4s. So taking 2 on the counter spell here to get rid of them has the upside. I'm still protecting my life total. And if Jamin sees the mana up and just decides to keep burn spells up for the next turn, I'm fine with that. So I will play Sacred Foundry tapped. First non-triumph.
All right.
Giving you not really any information. And I'll pass the turn to you.
All right. I'll untap. I'll draw.
You're gonna start dealing yourself some damage with that Eidolon?
Probably. All right, first things first, I'm gonna deal myself more damage.
Okay, not kidding on the damage, no fear.
And I'll cast a Monastery Swift Spear, dealing myself more damage.
Okay, 13.
And then I will deal myself more damage, but also use some.
Oh, Lava Spike. Yes, you deal yourself 2 damage, 11.
Yep.
I will also, you're not the only one who can take damage over here, Jamin Carl. I'm going to take 2 to cast Modern All-Star, lose focus. You might want to give it a read. I'll take 2 first, 14.
Yep, 14.
So it's 2 mana. Count a target spell unless its controller pays 2, but it's got replicate for 1 blue.
Wild.
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 So in this case, you cannot pay 2.
Yeah, the Lava Spike was countered. However, you were dealt damage, so you lost life. So I'm gonna skewer the critics that crab token. Going down to 9 myself.
9 damage. Crab token is gone.
All right. Then
I believe I'm due some attacks.
Let's get into the red zone.
Trigger. It's a Fire and Ice. So I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7.
6, 7. Down to 9.
Down to 7.
Down to 7. Oof, I'm on the ropes.
Go ahead.
Okay, untap, draw this Fire and Ice. I'm going to crack my Scalding Tarn.
Yep.
Going down to 6.
Yep.
Get a Dwarven Mine.
Yep.
As I have, believe it or not, 3 other mountains in play.
A lot of mountains.
It comes untapped and creates a dwarf. A very terrified dwarf in this case. He's amongst bad company. Are you ready, Jamin?
I am very ready.
I'm going to cast a creativity for X on 1, so 4 mana.
Which?
On my clue token.
Alright. So
I destroy the clue token.
Yeah, you do.
I reveal the top card of my library, cards from the top of my library, until I reveal a creature or artifact card.
Alright.
As you've most likely guessed,
so what
I do not have a lot of creature or artifact cards.
Maybe you have some huge crab tribal lord in your deck. Alright, now I get a good glimpse at your deck at least.
It's not the spaghetti monster, but I get a Sarah's Emissary.
You do.
It enters the battlefield and I must choose a card type.
Yeah.
I will select... I'm at 6. How many cards do you have in hand?
2.
I think I'll select creature.
Alright.
And pass the turn to you.
I'll untap. I'll move to my upkeep.
If your 2 cards are burn spells, they are game 2! Well, we couldn't get into the next game without thanking our sponsors, Cardmarket, because they lent us all the cards we played with today.
Actually, Carl, you forgot someone. This week, we also have to thank Chaos Draft Master and GP finalist Robin. He also lent us some cards for this video, which is super awesome because for some weird reason, this has never happened before, Cardmarket didn't have all the cards. 2 cards missing, Robin had them, gotta thank Robin. Before we get into the game, just want to tell you again, we've been telling you all the time, just order your cards from Cardmarket, save a lot of money. I've been doing that myself recently because I've been ordering a lot of cards for Pioneer and they always have all the decks I need. They just do have all the cards.
In one go. It's crazy. But
yeah, for now, it's time for the next game. So for sideboarding, I really dislike Eidolon of the Great Revel on the draw because it gets going way too slowly. And I really like Deflecting Palm because if Carl ever attacks me with a huge creature, I can just say no and redirect all the damage to him. And I also think Smash the Smithereens can come in handy if Carl tries to polymorph a clue token.
Okay, so sideboard. Jamin's on burn. It's not a very good matchup for us. All of our lands are shock or fetch lands. We tap out a lot. Our combos only enter in 4 or 5 and then takes a turn before swinging in. We're gonna need some help. First thing we need to remove, they're absolutely dead. Red and 6, good card, not here. It doesn't kill any of his creatures. What am I gonna get from the graveyard? Another fetch land? Not good. Out. Jace? Very good card. Constructed, all-star staple, was banned. Not good here. 4 mana to brainstorm or bounce a creature. His creatures have haste. We're taking it out. Now we need 6 pieces to bring in. We have a few good ones though. First of all, we have Blossoming Calm. I have it here because I didn't remember the name. Very good in this matchup. I gain 4 life in 2 turns apart from each other, and I give myself hexproof, meaning if he tries to target me with a spell, not only do I basically counter the spell, not only if he had sorcery speed spells in his hand afterwards, he can't target me with them, then I also gain 2 life, and on my next turn, I gain 2 life again, and he can't just decide to burn me end of turn and keep up spells, because I'll have hexproof, so he has to play his instant speed burn spells, sorcery speed. Very, very good in the matchup. Also, Sunset Revelry. Most of the time it'll be 2 mana, put 2 1/1s into play, gain 4 life. That's very hard for Jamin to deal with. Because I had to bring out so many cards, I'm still bringing in 2 more. I'm bringing in 2 Flusterstorm. They're usually going to be a 1 mana counter target spell unless they pay 2 instant or sorcery spell. It's good enough. It's better than the 2 Jaces, so we're bringing those in.
Carl, you probably want to go first.
I do.
But before you do, let me remind you of Lurrus.
Still best buds, I see.
Still there. I'm even going to turn him face up for this game. That game was face down.
I'm going to draw.
Will you keep?
It needs help. That's it. Well, let's hope the help comes.
Yeah, same.
I will keep.
Same.
You as well? All right. I'm going first this time, again. This hand has only 2 lands, but a lot of interaction, so let's just keep our fingers crossed that we get there.
So while this hand doesn't have any turn 1 creature, it does have a lot of burn spells, and I really dislike going to 6 cards on the play as burn, because every card you don't have in your hand is basically 3 damage that's kind of missing.
I'm gonna play Windswept Heath and pass the turn to you.
Not even a crab?
No crab this time. Actually, this deck doesn't play spells untapped. At least lands untapped, at least not against you.
I see. I'll play an Inspiring Vantage and Lava Spike you.
No creature.
No creature.
Okay, 17.
17. Maybe I'm just keeping the creature.
I will 16.
16.
Well, it's a story, a tale as old as time. Boy meets friend. Friend breaks in a cool modern deck. Friend lightning bolts his friend to the face. Friend goes, you know what? Maybe they just had to use their mana. Friend lightning bolts their friend in the face again. Boy discovers a pattern and maybe needs new friends.
That's not a story as old as time. Like the story almost made, like the earliest that story could be told is like 1990. When did Magic come out? Does it say on here?
Doesn't say on the card. Alright, I will untap. Draw for turn.
Does it say on here?
Need to top deck a land here, or else all the spells we're going to be playing are very low cost. So we need to take 2 here. It's because if he plays an Eidolon, we really need to counter it now. Also, Boros Charm or whatever, it's worth taking 2 to prevent more damage and then hoping that we draw a land. I will now be in the business of taking 2 damage.
All right, 14. And that's from the person that said that lands don't enter untapped.
I lied.
You did.
I will pass the turn to you.
Ooh. I'll untap.
As you should.
And I'll take
As the rules of the game dictate.
My draw. Play a mountain.
All right.
All right, Carl playing that land untapped kind of makes me suspicious, so I'm just gonna pass the turn back to him here. And I'll pass the turn.
Not bad. I'll draw for turn.
Sure.
I will pass the turn.
That's not good, Carl.
Told you my hand needed help.
You know what, Carl?
What, Jamin?
I will take my turn.
We'll take things slow. Okay, I like this.
I'll speed things up a bit now, but not too much. I'll suspend the Rift Bolt. Well,
rude.
And then I'll play another land and pass the turn.
I know what's coming. I'll draw for turn.
You will. How lucky. Finding a land, Carl.
Not at the speed I wanted. But that's okay. Let's take things slow.
All right.
I'll pass the turn.
All right. At end of turn, I will take 1, then 19.
Getting things started.
And cast a Lightning Healing targeting you.
I will lose focus on that.
I guess I lost focus, not like that.
We both, what are we doing here?
What?
I'll pass the turn to you.
I guess back to focusing on my turn. Upkeep, I'll unsuspend this Rift Bolt.
I'll go to 11.
Nice. And then I will take a draw. And then I will... I will cast a Goblin Guide.
Okay, this will help me get lands, but also really work on my life total.
Let's get into the red zone.
Land!
Wow!
Thank you! I go to 9.
9. Most notably, that's not a mountain, Carl. That's an island.
No, I've made some mistakes.
It seems like bad deck building. Go ahead.
I will fetch here.
All right. Down to
Going
8.
to 8. Putting a Sacred Foundry into my hand.
All right.
Into play.
Wow, fetch lands
They
would be really
so
bad.
I'll untap. Draw for turn. This won't be a bad turn for me, Jamin. I'm going to play my island.
All right.
I'm going to cast a new one, Sunset Revelry. So, if you have more life than I do, I gain 4 life. Jamin, you have more life than I do.
But before that happens, I would like to try to resolve this Skullcrag, at least.
I will respond by casting a Flusterstorm.
Oh, that's rude.
Oh, backbreaking.
Yep. In the process, I go down to 18, by the way.
Oh, you took perfect. Still has you 10 life over I do.
Yeah.
So I'll gain 4 life.
That's a lot.
Go up to 12.
12.
If your opponent controls more creatures than you do, create 2 1/1 humans.
Oh no, I control more creatures.
You have more creatures than I do. So I'll create 2. They're soldiers. I'm sorry, I didn't take the right tokens from the token box. And if you have more cards in hand than I do, I draw a card. I believe you have 3 to my 5. That won't do anything. And then, adding insult to injury, I like to prismatic ending your Goblin Guide.
That's rude.
And I'll pass the turn to you.
You were not wrong when you predicted that was going to be a good turn for you.
Yeah.
I guess I will pass the turn.
Staying mysterious.
Yep, staying mysterious, as always.
I'll play a Dwarven Mine, and as I have 3 other mountains,
Yep.
it'll come in with a Dwarf.
Yep. Dwarf.
I would love to show you guys the Flying Spaghetti Monster and just force the creativity here on 2 creatures. It seems fine, but if Jamin has 2 burn spells, yes, I save that damage to my life total, but I fizzle completely. I lose my combo turn. I need to draw into one of the 3 left in my deck. It's more likely he draws into some creatures and some burn spells, so let's take things slow. I think we can afford to play the Teferi, leave up counter magic, and then go for it. Absolutely secure win next turn. I will pay 3.
Yep.
Cast a Teferi Time Raveler.
Carl, you don't do that.
I just did.
Oh. Well,
is there any response? Because this is the last time you may have responses this turn.
I see. In that case, I probably have to... Teferi makes it impossible for me to keep up creature removal anymore, so this is really tough to get through. In that case, I'll have to lightning bolt you beforehand.
I'll take 3.
Going down to 9.
He resolves?
It resolves.
1. You're at 18. You have 3 cards in hand. I'll keep the blockers behind. I'll put this up to 5 and pass the turn over to you. Now we're playing on my own speed.
Yeah.
Let's slow things down, as a friend of ours would say.
I'll take my draw. That was like the worst card in my deck to draw. Oh, come on. I guess I will pay 3, going down to 17.
You put an Lurrus into your hand?
No, I'm skewing the critics, you.
Oh, that probably feels very embarrassing.
It is.
I am going to lose focus.
Yep. And then I'll pass the turn.
Jamin, I will move this up to 6.
Yep.
And pass the turn over to you.
That feels suspicious, Carl. You take my draw. All right, Carl. I'm gonna spend 3 mana again. I don't care. I'll Rift Bolt you.
Oh, times are dire.
Down to 16 on my end.
6, you're at 16.
Oh, and you're down to 6. That one resolves? I'm amazed. Go ahead.
End of turn. I would pay 5.
Yep.
Targeting these 2 soldiers, not the dwarf.
No.
I like the dwarf.
Yeah, that makes sense.
These both die. They're destroyed.
Carl, this doesn't bode well for me, does it?
It does not.
Well, this game is over.
So I reveal cards from the top of my library until I reveal 2 creatures.
There's one.
So it's Sarah's Emissary, and there's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's Flying Spaghetti. Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn. Enter the battlefield. I untap.
Yeah, wait. Which card type would you like to choose with Sarah's Emissary?
Does it make a difference?
I don't think it does, but...
I'll select Instant to be safe. No, I'll select Emblem. No, can I?
I don't know if Emblem is a card type.
I'll select Instant. I will draw, I will declare attacks.
You will.
You will sacrifice 6 permanents.
I'll take 23. Game 3! I want to get my deck ready for game 3 by putting those Eidolons back in because they are so much better on the play. Carl, you know what?
Are you still accompanied?
I'm still accompanied, that for one. And then the other thing is I'm going to go first.
That makes sense.
Good luck.
As soon as you're just pointing 3 damage spells to my head.
I'll keep this. This hand is everything I ever dreamed of against Carl's deck. It has a turn 1 haste creature, it has a turn 2 Eidolon, it has burn spells to back everything up, and best of all, a deflecting palm in case Carl actually gets a huge creature onto the battlefields.
I'll keep this as well.
Alright, we got a game going.
Off to the races! Buckle your seatbelt, it's gonna be a bumpy ride. I mean, 3 lands and a whole lot of interaction. This is exactly what we came to play with. It's very good. We're gonna need to find the combo, but we can draw there eventually. Our fetch lands of note draw us the Dwarven Mines. They just fetch out the Dwarven Mines. So you don't really need to have a creature creator in hand. We can just wait till we get a creativity and then fetch for a Dwarven Mine, creating a creature and target it. That's helped even more so by the fact that we have a Teferi in our hand. If we play Teferi, he can't target our creatures in response.
Carl, one of us will be going down to 19 very soon.
It's
you.
Me? Oh, okay. 19.
Go ahead.
This is not the first damage I'll take this game. I will... I feel like I need to do this now. I'll take 2.
Yep.
And I will Lightning Bolts.
Down to 17 you go.
17. Go ahead.
I'll untap. And I will play a Sunbaked Canyon. Taking 1 down to 19. And casting an Eidolon of the Great Revel.
Oh.
Go ahead.
That's really annoying. I will untap.
Yep.
Draw for turn. Play a Scalding Tarn and pass the turn to you.
Alright, I'll untap. Draw. Play a Wooded Foothills. And move to combat.
Ouch. 15.
15. Go ahead.
14. Count down. I'll go get a Triome because I really don't want to draw those.
Yeah. Understandable.
Untap.
Yep.
Draw for turn. I'm going to take some more damage again.
Alright.
I'll fetch.
Let's go.
I'll take 3 actually.
Down to 11.
Feels like a really bad idea. And this is not the only damage I'll be taking.
That's what I like to hear, Carl.
Because for some reason, someone didn't put a mountain in my deck.
Oh.
That's okay. I will take 2. To Prismatic Ending your Eidolon.
So
9.
Right down, you're down to at 9.
That is also no in German.
In response, I will... Casting this Boros Charm in response to the Prismatic Ending has 2 upsides. One is that if Carl casts a counterspell, he will have to take damage off the Eidolon again. And the second is that taking damage myself might be useful in the future, so I have less life than Carl actually. Tap the Sunbaked Canyon, going down to 18, and then casting
Damage
a spell.
fiesta over here.
Down to 16 from my own Eidolon, dealing 4 to you.
Because you knew I needed to cast a spell.
Would you like to cast a spell in response?
I would like to cast a spell in response, Jamin.
Going down to 7.
I'm going to Blossoming Calm. I gain Hexproof until end of turn. I gain 2 life. And on my next upkeep, I gain 2 more life and gain Hexproof until end of turn.
Alright. That's very strong. But all of that happens, so you're down at 7, so you go to up to 9.
I go back to 9. I take no damage from this because it fizzles.
Yep.
Now I exile this.
Exiled.
This is Rebound.
Yep.
And your turn begins.
Alright, I'll untap. I'll take a draw. I will cast this Goblin Guide.
Okay.
And hit you for 2.
I'll reveal the top card, which is...
How lucky.
I go to 7.
You do.
Carious life total.
This Boros Charm I have to cast during my turn because otherwise Carl will get Hexproof from the Rebound or he will untap and have counter magic up. So let's do that now. So I will follow that up with a fetch. Getting a mountain. Down
to 15.
And down to 14. I'll Boros Charm you anyways.
Ooh, down to 3.
Go ahead.
I will untap.
Yep.
Gain 2 life. I have Hexproof until end of turn. 5. Not high enough. That hurt. Our life total is very low. I think, even though I'd rather jam the Teferi here, I think we just have to leave up the command here. It means we can get the Goblin Guide, potentially draw into the combo piece, because we can't really, we'd rather not block with the Dwarves, just because we really need them to combo off. I'm at 5. 4 is not so different than 5, so I'll play this Scalding Tarn and pass the turn over to you.
Alright. I'll untap, take a draw. I'll play an untapped Sacred Foundry, don't you worry.
Not giving a care.
And I will attack.
I will reveal the top card.
Sure.
But first, I will fetch.
Yeah. Down to 4.
I will get a Goblin Mine. Dwarven Mine.
Dwarven Mine.
That's just goblins on the brain.
Yeah.
It will make a dwarf.
Before blockers, I'd like to try and Searing Blaze that dwarf.
In response, I would like to cast Prismatic Ending. No, Prismatic Command. Drawing 2 cards, discarding 2 cards, and dealing 2 damage to your Goblin guy.
Alright.
Okay.
So that one resolves.
Draw 2 cards. Discard 2 cards. Now.
This Goblin guy dies.
No, yeah, and he dies.
It does.
Now, with the draw trigger, with the top reveal trigger of Goblin Land on the stack and this on the stack over it, we've cast 1, 2, 3 spells this turn. I would like to Flush the Storm.
I can't pay that one.
Then I reveal the top card.
Of course you do.
It's not allowed.
Oof, that's a good one too, though. Go ahead.
I will drop a turn.
Yep.
I will play a Dwarven Mine.
Yep.
It will give me a dwarf.
Yep.
I will pay 5 and creativity my 2 dwarfs.
Sure.
Any responses?
No worries, no, not at all.
Not at all. I will reveal cards until I reveal 2 creatures or artifacts. Who knows what I'm packing?
Who knows what?
I promise you it's in there somewhere. There you go.
I thought so.
I would like to reveal Emrakul and Sarah's Emissary.
Yep.
I will select... I feel like you would have tried to burn me in response if you had an instant in your hand. So I'll give myself protection from sorceries.
Sure.
And pass the turn to you.
Oh, Carl, that's not looking good.
I'm at 3 life.
No, you're on 4, right?
I'm on 4 life. See if you can draw a Boros Charm.
I'll see if I can draw it naturally, Carl. I won't do it through the canyon. That would be boring. Carl?
Yes.
It's not a Boros Charm. Go ahead.
Okay, I will untap.
So bad things happened, but watch this Deflecting Palm deal 15 damage to Carl out of nowhere.
But let's make sure I feel even better. Oh, we're so close. But important rule of Magic, if you're about to win, doesn't hurt to just think at what could prevent you from winning here. And I know Burn runs Deflecting Palm, and that would kill me. So let's just play the Teferi out first. Be safe. I'm gonna cast a Teferi Time Raveler.
No, that's rude, Carl.
Is it?
It is. Oh, Carl, what are you doing?
Any response to my Teferi Time Raveler?
Carl, I'll cast a Deflecting Palm.
You had it! You had it!
I had a Deflecting Palm. I'll choose this source.
All right. Yeah, attacking you with Emrakul would be a mistake. Woo, that paid off. Oh, I feel good. All right, now we just have to dodge and draw in what, 2 instants? I think we are fine.
I'll also Lightning Bolt you.
I selected sorceries, right?
You did.
Feeling pretty silly now.
Going out to 1.
Okay.
The Teferi resolves.
Teferi resolves.
Would you like to attack with this Emerald?
No, I would not. No, I would not. Good try.
I would still have to sack 6 permanents.
But I would die.
You would.
Yeah, okay. For 1 second, I'm like, really? That seems pretty good. Seems like a deal. I will attack you for 7.
I'm down to 5.
I took out my Teferi. I'll pass the turn to you.
All right. 1 time, Carl. Come on. I'll sacrifice the Sunday Canyon. Come on. 1 time, Carl. It's a Lightning Bolt.
You gotta be kidding me. Game over.
Game over.
That's it. I have an Emrakul of a Emissary Sorcery in play. How did this happen? Jamin, you son of a gun. How do you have the Deflecting Palm and then your top decks were impressive. Impossible!
I mean, I did decide to play a top deck of Modern for a reason, while you didn't.
I played a fun deck of Modern,
You
Jamin,
did.
so
It was
I'm
very
sorry.
fun.
I made the people happy. Before we leave you guys, don't forget, we really rely on your subs to grow the channel. Please, if you're not subbed yet, do it now.
And also don't forget to submit your budget deck below 100 euro, a budget Modern deck of course, below 100 euro to mtg-contest at cardmarket.com, because we will be picking one of them and you might just win that deck if you submit it.
We want to send you that Modern deck. Don't forget, it's only for Europe. If you're in the US or Asia, I'm very sorry.
Yeah, you
it
do
does
need
not
a
apply.
Cardmarket account.
Yeah.
But anyways, with that being said,
We'll see you next week. And please submit your deck.